Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. It's 7 o'clock right now, so we will start our lesson. Today is the 11th class of our course, and before Ramzan, this is our last class. And as we have announced before as well, inshallah, after Eid, we will continue this course, the second part of this course, and it will start inshallah on the 24th of April. However, please keep checking your emails just in case if there are any changes regarding anything. We will inform you through your emails. So during the Ramzan break, please keep an eye on that. So today's lesson is, today we will be covering extended elongation, Mad Zaid, and there are two broad categories which come in extended elongation, which is the medium long stretch, also known as Mad Saghir, the small mad, and then extra long stretch, which is Mad Kabir, the big mad. So before I go into today's lesson, we will quickly recap the 12 common errors which we have covered in the previous lessons. So the first common error which we covered was about fatha, and the rule is to not prolong a letter which carries a fatha stroke more than one count, second, or beat. So as you can see in these examples, each letter is carrying a fatha stroke, so it shouldn't be longer than 1 second, kataba, and each letter will be equally prolonged for 1 second. So the second common error is about the kasra stroke. Do not prolong a letter which carries a kasra more than one count, second, or beat. So as we can see here in these examples, we have fatha stroke and kasra stroke, but each letter should be 1 second long. So shariba, not longer than 1 second. Labisa, so each letter should be 1 second long. Okay, so the third common error was to not prolong a letter which carries a dhamma stroke more than one count, second, or beat. So again, in this example, we have dhamma, kasra, and fatha stroke, but each letter should be 1 second long. So fu'ila, and then this one, qutila. So each letter should be 1 second long. Okay, so the fourth common error, do not prolong a letter which carries a vertical fatha more than 2 counts, seconds, or beats. So we have vertical fatha here. It is also known as fatha ishbaya, and it should be prolonged for 2 seconds, not shorter than 2 seconds and not longer than 2 seconds either. So Adamu, the second letter, dal, is carrying a fatha stroke, so it should be 1 second long. And mim is carrying a simple dhamma stroke, so it should also be 1 second long. Adamu. And when we recite it, we should make sure that there is a difference between the letter which carries. There is a difference between the letter which carries an ishbaya stroke, whether it's fatha ishbaya, dhamma ishbaya, or kasra ishbaya, and the letter which carries simple fatha, kasra, or dhamma. So that's why the 1 second and 2 second rule should be applied. Otherwise, obviously, as we covered in the previous lessons, it changes the meaning of the word. So the fifth common error is to not prolong a letter which carries a vertical kasra, also known as kasra ishbaya, more than 2 counts, seconds, or beats. So biyadihi. So only the ha is letter ha it carries a vertical kasra, so it should be prolonged for 2 seconds, whereas the previous letters should be prolonged for 1 second each. Common error number 6. Do not prolong a letter which carries an inverse dhamma. So here it is also known as inverted dhamma or dhamma shbaya. It should not be prolonged for more than 2 counts, seconds, or beats. So, mala'ahu. Again, it's the same thing. Only the letter ha, which is carrying the inverted dhamma, should be prolonged for 2 seconds. The previous letters should be prolonged for 1 second each because all of them are carrying a fatha stroke, simple fatha stroke. Okay. So common error number 7, do not prolong less than or more than 2 counts, seconds, or beats if an alif of elongation appears next to it. So if an alif of elongation appears next to a consonant carrying a fatha stroke. Okay, so it should be 2 seconds long, and previously we mentioned that letters of elongation, alif, waw, ya, are equivalent of one of the strokes. So can anyone, if any of the students knows the answer, can you please raise your hand? And if Tasty can pick a student.
Yes, 261.
261. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
So can you please answer the question?
Yeah, you have to prolong it for 2 seconds.
Yes, that's right. But so letter of elongation, alif, waw, and ya, they are equivalent to one of the strokes, one of the vowels I mentioned.
They are equivalent to long vowels?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So long vowel, vertical fatha, and alif of elongation, they are both prolonged for 2 seconds, right? So that's why they are called substitute of each other or equivalent. Can you go through this? Can you say the first few words? This one.
Yes. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إياك لا ريب.
Okay. Can you tell me which rule you have applied here?
Yeah, it's ya lean, so it's harfi lean rule.
Yes. And what's the rule? The duration?
You have to prolong it for 2 seconds and softly.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
you have to say it softly.
And how did you identify that?
Because it's a fatah on the letter before it.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. And if the previous letter was carrying a kasra stroke,
then it will be harful mad.
Yes, that's right. Jazakillah L261.
Jazakallah.
Okay, so the next common error, number 8, do not prolong less than or more than 2 counts, seconds, or beats if a vowel of elongation appears next to it. So if a vowel of elongation appears next to a letter carrying a dhamma stroke. Okay, so amanu. So first of all, the alif has a vertical fatha, so it will be prolonged for 2 seconds. And then Mim has a simple fatha, so 1 second long. And then on top of Noon, we have the Dhamma stroke, and it is followed by a vowel, so this will also be prolonged for 2 seconds. Amanu. Okay. So the next one, do not prolong less than or more than 2 counts, seconds, or beats if a ya of elongation appears next to it. So if a ya of elongation appears next to a letter carrying a kasra stroke, as I mentioned to the previous student as well, So yuhi. So as you can see here, we have vaw, sakin, and the previous letter carries a dhamma stroke. So this should be prolonged for 2 seconds. And then the next one, ya sakin, is preceded by ha, carrying a kasra stroke. So this should also be prolonged for 2 seconds. So 2 seconds each. Yuhi. And ha, it has a prominent sound which comes from the middle of the throat. So we should also be mindful of that. So common error number 10. Do not pronounce meme and noon mushaddad without ghunna. So without nasal sound for less than 2 seconds, counts or beats. So as we can see in these examples, we have noon with the shadda sign on top. So the sound of the nasal sound should be held for 2 seconds. Okay, so makkannahu. So in this word, we can see there is inverted dhamma ishbaiya. So that should also be prolonged for 2 seconds. And the noon mushaddad, it should be prolonged for 2 seconds with nasal sound. Okay. Makkannahu. Also, it has a vertical fatha. So that also means that we have to prolong it for 2 seconds. So error number 11. Do not pronounce ghunna if noon sakin or tanween appears before alam with shadda or ra with shadda. So we also covered this in the rules concerning noon sakin and tanween. Does anyone remembers which rule? So there are 4 rules which we covered concerning noon sakin and tanween, which are idgham and iqlab. So if anyone can tell me
L226.
L226. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Yes. Can you answer the question?
Yeah, if it's idgham kamil,
Yes. And when we do it, can you tell us the rule of idgham kamil?
so if there is a lam or ra mushaddad
Yes.
after noon sakin and
Or tanween.
then we have to complete merge it
Yes.
without
Completely
gunna.
merge it with
Yeah,
no nasal sound.
yeah.
So can you please read the first few words?
Yeah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم من لدنك.
Okay. So this was right. Milla. You completely merged. The sound of noon was completely concealed. But here you made a mistake.
Yeah, I didn't did the clear pronunciation.
Yes, you did izhar.
Yeah, I should do that.
But what are we supposed to do here? It's followed, noon sakin is followed by the letter kaf. So, okay. Do you know the letters of izhar? 7
Yeah.
letters?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you please tell everyone?
Yeah, there are alif, hamza, ha, ain, gain, ha, kha.
Yes, that's right. And this is not one of the 7 letters. And
Yeah.
it's not ba either. Ba is the letter where we have to perform iqlab if noon sakin or tanween is followed by ba. So, and it's not a mushaddad letter either. So we are only left with one rule.
So
So we
it
have,
will be ikhfa, nun sakin.
yes, well done. So we have to do ikhfa here. And what's the rule for ikhfa?
If any of these letter there's 15 letters instead of like harif izhar, harif iqlab,
Yes.
and noon, they appear after noon sakin or tanween. Then we don't do the clear sound of noon.
Yes. So we do ikhfa and we conceal the sound of noon, and
Yeah.
there is light, soft nasal sound, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you do it correctly this time? Read this word.
Yeah. Milladunka.
Okay. That was good. Milladonka. Okay. Make sure ka is short, very short, 1 second long. Okay.
Yeah.
Jazakillah L226. So the last error. Pronounce gunna not less than 2 seconds if noon sakin or tanween appears before a ya with shadda or waw with shadda. So this is also from the rule of idgham, where we have to merge the sound of noon sakin into the mushaddad letter. However, this time it won't be complete assimilation. It's partial assimilation with soft, not soft, partial assimilation with nasal sound. So, man yu'minu. Okay. So, man yu'minu. The nasal sound should be held for 2 seconds. Okay. So that was all for the revision of common errors. Now I'm going to move on to today's lesson, which is extended elongation. So as I have mentioned already, there are two broad categories, which is medium long stretch, also known as madde saghir, and extra long stretch, madde kabir. So the rule for these extended elongations is mad obviously means to prolong. For madde saghir, it should be prolonged for 3 to 5 seconds. And for Maddul Kabir, it should be prolonged for 4 to 6 seconds. So the reason why there is a duration 3 to 5 and 4 to 6 is because there are different situations in which they appear. So we have to consider the letter which, we have to consider what kind of letter is followed by the huruf al-mad. So we will look at some examples here. So first of all here, we can see Madde Kabir on Alif. Alif is harful mad and it's followed by Qaf, but Qaf also has the Shadda sign. And for this type of situation, so this is known as Al-Maddul Lazim Mushaddad, because there is also Al-Maddul Lazim Sakin. So Al-Maddul Lazim simply means compulsory elongation. It should be prolonged for 5 to 6 seconds. If a harful mad, in this case it's alif, is followed by a sakin or a mushaddad letter. In this case, it's a mushaddad letter. So I'm going to read this word, and I would like to request all the students to repeat after me. Okay. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Tushaqquna. Okay, Jazakallah. So we also have to be careful in this word. We have vaw and the preceding letter qaf is carrying a madda stroke. It's carrying a dhamma stroke. So it should be prolonged for 2 seconds as well. Okay, so the next one is al-maddul muttasil, and it is also known as al-maddul wajib. So the rule for this is that it should be prolonged for 4 to 5 seconds if a harful mad, in this case it's alif, is followed by the letter hamza. So the letter hamza, we have to prolong this for 4 to 5 seconds. So again, I'm going to read this and please repeat after me. Jaa. Okay, Jazakallah. So the last one, the first two were concerning Madde Kabir, but the last one is concerning Madde Saghir. So this one is Al-Maddul Munfasil. It is also known as Al-Maddul Jais. It should be prolonged for 4 seconds if a harful mad, again, in this case it's alif, or their equivalent long vowel. So as I discussed earlier with one of the students, the huruful mad, alif, waw, and ya have equivalent long vowels, which is vertical fatha, vertical kasra, and vertical dhamma. So if they are followed by hamza alif, so hamza alif is simply alif with a mutaharrik alif. So alif with any stroke. It could be fatha, kasra, dhamma, or any thing. So again, I'm going to read this and please repeat after me. Bima unzila. Okay, Jazakallah. Jazakumullah. I hope that everyone was repeating after me. So identification, it's easy, but at the same time, we have to carefully look at the words. So both types of extended elongations are recognized by similar signs. You can see the signs here. However, there is a slight difference in the signs, and we already looked at some examples earlier. One thing that I forgot to mention, the difference between al-maddul mutassil and al-maddul munfasil is that the first one occurs in one word. So that is why it is called attached elongation. And then munfasil occurs between two words. So that's why it is called detached elongation. So as you can see, the alif mad, huruful mad, alif, it occurs at the end of first word, and the beginning of second word is a hamza alif. So this should help you to remember this, remember the difference. Okay, so this is also common error number 13. Do not prolong your voice less than 3 seconds where you find sign of madde saghir, medium long stretch. So now we are going to do the exercise. Can I request the ST to pick a student?
Yes. L291.
L291.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Can you please go through these words? Jazakallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها.
Okay, L291.
Yes.
Can you tell me? So I know it's been we just covered the rule, but I just want to see. Do you know what? Which one is this? Which kind of elongation is this? Is it? I'll go back. So, is it al-maddul lazim? Is it al-maddul mutassil or al-maddul munfasil? I'll show you the example again.
Okay.
Okay. So first of all,
No, it's not.
so we have the letter ya, which is carrying the madde saghir, right?
Yeah.
And then it's followed by alif, hamza alif. So
Yeah.
which one? Okay, so it's munfasil because it occurs in 2 words, right?
Yeah.
So all these examples, you can see that at the end of first word,
Yeah.
we have the vertical kasra or vertical fatha, and then the beginning of the second word is hamza alif.
Yeah.
So this is,
Okay.
yes. So we'll just go through it. We have to elongate for 4 seconds if a harful mad or their equivalent long vowel is followed by hamza alif. Okay?
Yeah.
Detached elongation. Okay. Next word.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ila ahlihi
Okay. Next one.
ghaibihi ahadan.
Okay. So everything was right, but here we have the letter ha, and I mentioned earlier, what do we have to do with this for this big ha?
You have to
So
pronounce
there's a difference between the sound of this one and the small ha, right?
Can I recite again?
There's a difference in the sound of small ha and big ha, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So everything was right, but you didn't differentiate between the sounds.
Mm.
Okay?
Okay.
So can you do it this time?
Okay.
So the big ha, the sound comes from middle of the throat. Okay? So try it again.
ghaibihi ahadan.
Okay. And if we were to pause here,
ghaibihi ahada.
yes. So what does this change into?
Tanween and tanween, and when we going to pause there,
Yeah.
we just recite it with as considered to the vertical fatha.
Yes, that's right. Well done. So although we haven't covered the pause rules, but still, you did really well. Okay, the last word.
Ya bani Adama.
Okay, that was right. Can you tell me in this third word, we have ya sakin, and it's preceded by the letter ghain carrying a fatha stroke.
Yes.
Which rule do we have to apply here?
We have a rule of lin, ya lin.
Yes, that's right. So soft elongation for 2 seconds.
Mm.
Jazakillah, L291. Okay. So common error number 14. Do not prolong your voice less than 4 seconds where you find sign of Madde Kabir, extra long stretch. So again, can I request the ST to pick a student?
Yes, L231.
L231.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. So can you please go through these examples?
Yes. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم جاء
Okay. So
okay.
you can prolong it a little more, but
Okay.
that will come with practice, so it's fine. Yes, next word.
Kaf ha ya ain sad.
So again, L231. The difference between the Kaf, Ain, Sod, and Ha and Ya wasn't very clear. But I believe that you were short of breath. So if you keep practicing, it should get better. Okay.
Okay.
Next word.
Al-Haqqah.
Okay, so you paused here,
Yes.
but here the sound of ha, you didn't differentiate from this ha.
Okay. Can I try that again,
Yes,
please?
yes.
Al-haqqa.
Okay, and the sound of qaf is also thick.
Okay.
Al-haqqa.
Al-haqqa.
Okay, it's fine. So inshallah it will get better. Last word.
Was-saffatu.
Okay. So L231. Can you tell me? Earlier we
Hello. Yes.
we looked at 3 kinds of elongation, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me which, if you remember, which one is this one? So we have Madde Kabir, and the following letter has a shadda sign.
Yes. It's Madde Lazim.
Yes, that's right. So so for Madde Lazim, there are 2 cases, right? If the following letter is a mushaddad, or do you remember the other case? If the following letter is a sakin.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
Okay.
So I think that's it. So this is just the summary of today's lesson. We did Al-Maddul Munfasil, also known as Al-Maddul Jais, medium long stretch. The rule is at the end of the first word, we will have a harful mad, followed by the beginning of the second word would be hamza alif. Okay, and then we did extra long stretch. So we will have a harful mad, and also this is in one letter. So that's between 2 letters, 2 words. Sorry, this is within one word. So a harful mad followed by a mushaddad letter, a harful mad followed by a hamza. So this was muttasil, al-maddul muttasil, and then also huruf al-muqatta'at, they come under al-maddul lazim. So each disjointed letter in this harf should be prolonged for 5 to 6 seconds each. Okay, so that is all for today's lesson. Now I will hand over to the TA.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Jazakumullah. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. May I please request the ST to choose a student for me?
Yes, L285.
Okay. L285. Assalamu alaikum, L285. L285, can you hear me? I think you can't hear L285. Can we have another student now, please?
Yes, sure. L293.
L293. Assalamu alaikum. L293, can you hear me? Okay, there's something going on today. There's no one responding. Can we have another one, please?
Yeah. L298. Oh, sorry, L292.
Okay, L292. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Okay, finally. Jazakumullah. Okay, so I have these highlighted. Would you please like to
Okay.
name these, please? Like, what stroke is this?
And the stroke is Madde Sagir.
Well done. Mother Sagir. But today we have learned another name for this. Do you remember that?
नाम याद नहीं है लेकिन पढ़ने का पता है कैसे पढ़ना.
Okay. So just for you to note down, okay, as well. As we go along the lesson, we have to note down stuff as well, okay? So this is, okay, I'll give you option, okay? So it's either munfasil or mutassil. What do you think it is?
मुत्तसिल.
No, that's not correct.
No.
Munfasil.
Okay, मुनफसिल.
Yeah. So munfasil because there's a detached prolongation. By that,
Oh.
what do I mean by that? What's the rule for detached we've just learned?
अलिफ है आगे. अलिफ हमजा.
Well, then which one? This one or this one?
Uh,
The second one, the first one, the second one. Because they're both alif. Which one is Hamza alif?
Hamza alif is second one.
Well done, second one. And what do we mean by Hamza alif?
हम इसको अगर हमजा अलिफ हो तो फिर ज्यादा लंबा करना है. मध्य सगीर.
No, but why is it called Hamza alif? Like why is this alif not Hamza alif and this one is?
अगर अलिफ के ऊपर मथहरक अलिफ हो तो फिर हमजा अलिफ कहते हैं.
Exactly. Well done. So if the alif has harkat on top, so or for example fatha, kasra, dhamma, or any other stroke on top, then it's called Hamza alif. Well done. And this alif, the first alif is blank alif, so it's not Hamza alif.
Okay.
Well done. So how long do you think you have to prolong this for?
Is 5 to 6 altogether.
No, that's not
No,
correct.
4 to 5. 4 to 5 second.
4 to 5. Well, you have to go less than that. So 3. So you have to start from 3 seconds, okay? Then 3 to 5, okay? Not 4 to 5. 3 seconds, okay? So okay, and what do we have here? We have Madde Sagir here as well. So what's the name for Madde Sagir again?
Munfasil.
Munfasil. What mad is that?
This is Madde Kabir.
Madde Kabir. And what name we have learned today?
Name is forgot. No.
Is it Munfasil or is it Mutassil?
Mufassil.
No, the two. Is it Munfasil or Mutassil?
I think Mutassil.
Well done, Mutassil. Well, good. Yeah. I was hearing Mufassil. I was like, no, that's not correct. Okay, well done. Mutassil. And it's called Mutassil because it's attached prolongation. By attached prolongation, what I mean is that it comes, it only involves one word, right? Yeah.
Okay.
However, the detached prolongation, which is Munfasil here, it involves two words. For example, it involves the wa sakin with the stroke on top, so Madde Sagir or Munfasil. And it also involves alif hamza alif. Okay?
Okay.
And hamza alif is part of the next word. That's why mad al munfasil involves two words, whereas mad al mutassil, only involves one word. Okay. And what's the rule for mad al mutassil?
इसको 5 to 6 second long करना.
Well, yes, but again, the minimum is 4 seconds.
4 seconds,
Okay. So it's, for this, Madde Munfasil is 3 to 5 seconds. So the minimum is 3, the maximum is 5.
Okay.
And for Mutassil, the minimum is 4 seconds, and the maximum is 6
6 seconds.
because we need to know the difference between both of them as well, right? So this one starts from 3 to 5. This one starts from 4 to 6. Okay. So I would like you now, and all through this this surah, I've highlighted all of them that appears, and I'll discuss them as we go along. Okay. So please read the first 2 verses for me.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أفحسب الذين كفروا أن يتخذوا عبادي من دوني أولياء إنا أعتدنا جهنم للكافرين نزلا قل هل ننبئكم بالأخسرين أعمالا.
Zakila, well done. Just a few things to point out. Ha has fatha on top, and what's the rule for fatha? How many seconds do you have to prolong it for?
This is हरूफ तफखीम और इसको मोटा करके पढ़ना.
Okay, no, it's not. First of all, it's not haruf tafkhim. It's this haruf halki. Okay, I corrected myself last time, so I don't know if you heard me there. Yes, I was incorrect when I said tafkhim. Okay, so it's not haruf tafkhim. It's haruf halki. You have to the sound is prominent because you have to pronounce it from the middle of your throat. Okay.
Okay.
But what I'm asking is how many seconds do we have to prolong it? This is ha with fatha.
1 second.
Well done. 1 second. So when you recited it, you prolonged it for more than 1 second.
Oh.
Okay. It might have been a mistake, obviously, because you prolonged alif and fa correctly. But obviously here there was a mistake. Okay. Just so try again. Just this one word.
Okay. أفحسب الذين.
Okay. Well done. Good. Again, well done for you did the correct one, correct rule for this. So well done. What is this? This wa with sakin. What rule do you think we have learned about this?
This is हरूफ मद्दा.
Well done. And how many seconds do we have to prolong this for?
2 seconds.
Well done. And here you pronounced this correctly. Well done. So how did you pronounce it again? Start from alif here.
أن يتخذوا.
Well done. So what did you do here?
या मुशद्दद से पहले अगर नून साकिन या तनवीन हो तो 2 सेकंड नून गुन्ना के साथ लंबा करना.
Well done. And do you know the name for this? What name we have given? How have we taught this? So our teacher has also recapped the rules for the 4 rules concerning Noon Sakin and Tanween. So do you know which one this is?
गुन्ना.
Okay. Is it idgham? Is it ikhfa? Is it iqlab? Which one is it?
Adgham.
Idgham. Well done. So as we know that the 4 ones are ikhfa, izhar, idgham, and iqlab. Okay. So this is idgham ma'al gunna, which means idgham with gunna. But we've learned names, for example, idgham naqis or idgham kamil. Which one is this?
This is adgham Naqis.
Well done. Idgham in naqis. Well done. Let's move on. So here, how did you pronounce this?
Min
Do the
min duni.
okay. Now, what the mistake here is that we're not going to do a full noon sound. We have to hide the noon sakin sound. So this rule is called ikhfa rule.
Ikhwa.
Okay. Yeah. So ikhfa rule is noon. So there are 15 letters where when you do ikhfa. However, if you know where you don't do the ikhfa, then it'll be easy for you to remember where you actually do ikhfa. So there are letters of haruf al-halki or letters of idgham or the letter of iqlab where you don't do the ikhfa. So if you know these haruf, if you know this which are haruf al-halki or which are idgham, haruf al-idgham or which are iqlab, which is iqlab letter, then you know that you're not going to do ikhfa. In this case, we are going to do ikhfa, okay? So do ikhfa for me, please.
Min duni awliya.
Now try again. Not min, don't say min. Min duni. You have to hide the noon sound.
Min duni.
Good. Just practice on that, okay? Otherwise, what else? Okay. Other than that, that was fine. Jazakumullah. I've highlighted this bit. Bill, can you recite this for me, please?
Bil akhsarina a'mala.
Oh yes, I remembered. The mistake here was that you stopped. So when you said you stopped and then you started from again. So here, whenever you're not allowed to start from the middle of the word, okay? You always have to go back to the beginning, okay? So bil akhsarina. So if you have to stop here, please just go back to the first the starting of the word, okay? Other than that, jazakumullah, L292. Very well done. Jazakumullah. Can I have another student now, please?
L286.
L286. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Would you please be able to recite the next two verses for me, please?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الذين ضل
That's Ayn.
الذين ضل سعيهم في الحياة الدنيا وهم يحسبون أنهم يحسبون
That's four. Okay.
أولئك الذين كفروا بالآيات ربهم ولقائه فهب أعمالهم فلا
That's sorry, L286, that's Ain. So أعمالهم.
أعمالهم فلا نقيم لهم يوم القيامة وزنا.
Jazakillah, L286. One thing is just read the Holy Quran frequently, okay? So that this will make your recitation frequent as well, okay? Other than that, alladhina, yes, we do prolong the ya because it's harufe mad, okay?
Yes.
It's haruful mad is part of that. So we do prolong it for 2 seconds, but you prolonged it for more than 2 seconds. Okay, it sounded like you're citing mad saghir.
Okay.
Okay, just for 2 seconds. Alladhina, that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
And la, you prolonged it here. So la only has fatha on top. Okay, so just 1 second.
Yeah.
And as far as the dod sound is concerned, here, dod.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one mistake that we do is that we pronounce it as dal sound. Dal. So when you say da, your tongue is in between your upper teeth and your lower teeth. Okay. So if that's the case, then you're pronouncing it wrong. Okay.
Okay.
So the dal sound will be different, and the dal here. What you have to do is your edge of your tongue. If you do that whilst I'm saying it, so your edge of your tongue should touch your upper molar teeth. Okay.
Okay.
Whatever side of your tongue, the edge of your tongue touches, it's all right. You can touch both edges of your tongue, or one, whichever one is easy for you. Okay. So and then you pronounce this letter, then it would be the correct. But again, this is very difficult letter to pronounce, so it requires practice with patience. Okay.
Okay.
Well done. This is ayn, not ha. Okay, so you're saying sah yuhum. That's correct. This ayn. Okay, so sah yuhum.
Sahyuhum.
There shouldn't be the fa sound either. So sah yuhum.
Sahyuhum.
Okay, just need you to practice this. Okay.
Yes.
And what rule applies on the noon that has shadda on top? Do you know?
No.
Do you know how to repeat? Okay. So the gunna sound. Whenever we have noon with shadda or meen with shadda, we're doing gunna sound for how many seconds?
2.
2 seconds. So annahum, not just annahum. You have to keep the noon sound in for a bit longer. Annahum. Okay, and then we have yuhsinuna. What you pronouncing noon ba as ba. Okay, it's not yuhsibuna, it's yuhsinuna, because it would have been a ba if this dot was under this letter. Okay, but it's on top, this noon.
Yeah.
Okay, and same goes with this noon as well. Okay, so noon, it's not ba, it's noon.
Yes.
Okay, and then ulaika, you didn't prolong it for long enough. It should have been for. So let's take the this mad saghir or munfasil for 3 seconds, and we have vertical fatha as well. So 3 plus 2 is 5 seconds. So you have to prolong it for 5 seconds. أولئك الذين, like that. And kafaru, I don't know what mistake you did here. Pronounce this again, please.
Kafaru.
Well done. I think it was just that you prolonged the fa or the kaf, either one of them, but they only have fatha on top, so only
Yeah.
for 1 second. Kafaru, okay. Well done. And then this, we have ba with alif, and alif this time alif has a stroke, therefore it's bi'ayati. It's not lam, it's alif. Okay. Again, prolong this for a bit longer than you did. فحبطت. So to is a thick letter, so haruf tafkhim, and ta is just a normal ta sound, so it's not thick, it's thin. So just make sure you're able to do a difference between these two letters. And again, this is ayn, so a'maluhum. You did correct yourself afterwards. Lastly, here we are running out of time, so I'm just going to just hurry up, just be quick. So here, what you did was you did the waqf, okay? So yawm al-qiyamat, you said that's how you did the waqf, okay? But whenever we have, so this is called ta marbuta, okay? So whenever you bring the waqf here, it will turn into ha, okay? So yawm al-qiyamah.
Okay.
Okay, and then you start from the beginning again, wherever you start. So yawmal qiyamati, and then you complete yourself. But when you do the waqf, the star turns into ha. Okay. Jazakumullah. Just to Jazakumullah, that was L286. So just to repeat quickly, munfasil is mad saghir, which is a detached prolongation, and we should all remember this rule, that if a word ends at a harful mad, so we know the harful mad is alif, wa, and ya. Harful mad are known as letters of prolongation, and it is followed by hamza alif, and we know that hamza alif is alif with harkat, alif with fatha, dhamma, kasra, or any other stroke. It will be prolonged for up to 3 seconds, and this mad or this prolongation involves 2 words in order. Okay, we know that first. Remember that al-mad al-mufassil, okay, they involve 2 words where the first word is ending on any haruful mad, and the first letter of the next word is starting with hamza alif. Okay, we should always remember that. And for mad al-kabir, so mad al-mutassil, the rule is that if haruful mad, which is alif, wa, and ya, is followed by hamza, okay, it will be prolonged for up to 4 seconds. And this prolongation does not involve 2 words, but it only involves 1 word. Jazakallah. And now I'll just hand over to our day teacher.
Jazakillah, TA. So now before we end our lesson, because this is the last lesson before Ramzan, so we will quickly recap all the rules which we have covered so far. So first of all, this time I'm starting from backwards so that we can cover the recent rules first. So recently we covered the rules concerning meme sakin, and there are 3 rules concerning meme sakin. So first of all, if meme sakin is followed by the letter ba, we have to perform ikhfa shafwi. So shafwi just means labial because it is concerning the lips. So for ikhfa shafwi, we have to simply do a 2-second elongation with a soft nasal sound. So the sound of meme will be prolonged for 2 seconds with soft nasal sound. Idgham shafwi is when a meme sakin is followed by a meme mushaddad. So we have to assimilate the sound of meme sakin into the meme mutaharrik, and this should also be 2 seconds long with a nasal sound. And then lastly, we have izhar shafwi. So this is for all the other letters except for mim and ba. Any other letter followed by mim sakin, we will perform izhar. So the sound of mim will be clear with no nasal sound. Okay. So then we also did rules concerning noon sakin and noon tanween. So the first one is the rule of izhar, where we have to manifest the sound of noon very clearly if noon sakin or tanween is followed by the following 7 letters. The second rule is the rule of idgham, where we have to assimilate the sound of noon. We have to, noon sakin or tanween, we have to merge the sound. However, there are 2 types of idgham naqis and idgham kamil. So we discussed this earlier as well. For naqis, there is a slight nasal sound, 2-second nasal sound. And for kamil, there is no nasal sound. So complete assimilation. The third rule, which we did, was the rule of iqlab. And this rule will be applied if noon sakin or tanween is followed by the letter ba. So if that happens, we exchange the sound of noon sakin or tanween into mim sakin, and the sound of mim sakin should be held for 2 seconds with a soft nasal sound. Lastly, we did the rule of ikhfa. So any other letters except for these letters, which are concerning iqlab, idgham, and izhar, letters apart from those, if they are followed by noon sakin or tanween, then we do ikhfa. So we conceal the sound of noon sakin, and there is a soft nasal sound. Okay. So we also did the rule concerning lam sakin, which is idgham of lam sakin, and there are 2 rules concerning lam sakin. So first one is where we completely conceal the sound of lam, ash-shamsu, and there's a very easy way to remember this, identify. So the letter, the third letter, or the mutaharrik letter, the first mutaharrik letter, would be a mushaddad. So that is how we'll know that we have to conceal the sound of lam, ash-shamsu. So there is no sound of lam. Whereas the other rule is where the sound of lam is clear, al-qamaru. And we also discussed the sun letters and the moon letters. So moon letters, there are 14 moon letters and 14 sun letters. And we have covered this before as well. There is an easy way to remember these letters, and you can remember them by memorizing this phrase. So yes, that's that. Then we also did qalqala, huruf al-qalqala. There are 5 of them: qaf, ta, ba, jim, and dal. And we also did the different types of qalqala. So when a letter of qalqala appears in the middle of a word and it carries a sukoon mark sign. Secondly, if the letter of qalqala appears at the end of a word and it carries a sukoon sign. And lastly, the letter of qalqala, it does not carry the sukoon sign, but because it appears at the end of a word, and when we pause on it, it becomes sakin. So we do the jerking sound. So tab. Okay. So pausing on a qalqala letter, but it is vowel this time instead of sakin. Okay. Then we also did mim mushaddad and noon mushaddad. So we learned that on mim mushaddad and noon mushaddad, we have to do nasal sound, qunna, and it should be prolonged. It should be held for 2 seconds. Mim. So just like that. And we did huruf al-tafqeen. There are 7 huruf al-tafqeen as well. Kha, the letter, Sad, Dad, Ghain, Ta, Qaf, and Za. And again, there is an easy way to remember it by memorizing these 3 words. And 2 of the huruf al-qalqala, I mentioned this before as well. They are part of huruf al-tafkhim as well. So while we perform the qalqala, we should also be mindful of their thick sound. So yes, so that's all. We already did short vowels, long vowels, and all of the rest at the start of the lesson. So just before I end today's class, I have to make a small announcement. So just a reminder, I would like to request all the students to keep practicing all the rules during Ramadan, because in Ramadan everyone tries to finish the Quran as well. So while you are reading Quran, make sure that you apply all the rules which we have learned in the first part of the course. And lastly, if any of you are interested in teaching later on, teaching other people, then you can send us an email. So the email is here. In the email, just mention your ID, and in the subject, you should mention G4, and then in the email, you can write that you're interested. So we will consider these emails. We might not reply, but we'll definitely consider the emails while doing the selection. So Jazakumullah, have a nice Ramzan. And with this, we are going to conclude our class. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.